to a special holiday edition of Hubbardston Headlines, the show where we bring Hubbardston to you. We are live on location at Hubbardston's holiday capital of the town, the Hubbardston Council on Aging or Senior Center. And we are here today with Claudia Provenchal, the director of the Senior Center. Hi, Claudia. How are you?
Good, Nate. How are you?
Good, good, good. So it is now the middle of December, so the room is decked out from wall to wall with Christmas and holiday decor. It was packed this past weekend at the holiday fair, so we'll talk a little bit about that. So, Claudia, I understand the Senior Center hosts a variety of special events through the year. Can you tell me about some of the most popular and well-attended events?
I can. We do a lot of events. Most of the events we do are pretty well attended. We did a pie for breakfast one day, and we did a garden party. We hosted candidates night. We do yard sales. We do trips. We have Wii Bowling, which we do tournaments with different towns with that. There's a lot we did. We went to Ron Burton's camp this summer. He hosted 70 of our seniors, and that was wonderful. So every year we always do pretty much the same, but we always add to it. We always find something to add to that.
Good. What goes into planning and executing a successful event at the Senior Center? How do you get the seniors involved?
Well, I probably don't run my senior center like most of them do. I think you have to do a lot of listening, a lot of talking. My volunteers and the people that attend the senior center come up with ideas, and if we think that they're going to work, or sometimes I don't think they're going to work, and you know what? It's a huge success. So with all the volunteers' help and the people that come here, we just figure it out. We don't really have a plan. We just kind of jump in with our feet and say, okay, let's give that a try and see how it comes out.
I love it.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear more about you and your background. How did you become the Senior Center Director? What do you enjoy about your role?
Well, I came here around 15 years ago and totally knew nothing about government or town policies or anything. They were going to close the senior center. Mm-hmm. And so rather than have them close it, one of the seniors that his wife used to work for me when I had my businesses in town, he got me involved in this. And so I kind of just learned by going on trial and error, I guess. And from there, I've been here. I don't have really experience as a director, but over the years I think I learned it. Yeah.
So by trade, you're a businesswoman?
Yes.
All right.
Yes. I had quite a few businesses. I had a gift shop, I had a hairdressing shop, I had a coffee shop, we ran a mall. Yeah, and so I knew a lot of people in town anyways. I had known a lot of people. And that's a big part of coming here, to who you know.
So 15 years is a good amount of time. What are some of the largest changes you've seen, either in the type of programming or the center itself?
The center itself has got a brand new facelift. When I first came here, things weren't so good, but we replaced the kitchen, we replaced the windows and new cabinets and new floors and painted and added little file cabinets because we needed more room. We had more people attending, more people wanted to be involved. And so I think we have a pretty active senior center today. I think we do. And we have more people. And we have volunteers, a lot of volunteers that like to come in and help. Most of these volunteers are people who have retired and they're looking for something to do. And they enjoy coming here and helping out. So that's a good thing.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Speaking of those volunteers, if you had to take a rough guess, how many would you say the center has, and what role do they play in the operations of the senior center?
We have probably around 20 or more, and everybody who comes here actually helps out. But people who put in their time and have times and work here do the newsletter. One lady does the newsletter, one lady does the outreach. I just have a lady that just come in and she's going to do photography, and she's working on the Facebook page. And the nicest thing is we have volunteers that are younger, like in their 60s, and they Us older ones in our 70s and 80s and 90s, we are not computer, we don't really know how to run the computer that well, and it's hard for us to learn because we can't remember it unless we do things over and over and over again, the same thing. So with the younger people coming in, they are very good with the computer. They are so helpful to me, as far as like my newsletter lady. She does a beautiful job, and so does my lady that does the photography and the Facebook page, and my Nancy Afonso, who does the singing and stuff. She is very good with the computer, and so I have a lot of help with that, and I have to say I appreciate that a lot, because I'm not the best with that, but they help me through, and it works out good. Yeah.
Many of those volunteers attended the Select Board's Volunteer Appreciation event the other week. It was a wonderful event. This town is very lucky in almost all aspects to have the volunteers and involvement that we do have. So, looking into the Senior Center of the future, what do you see? What would you like to accomplish?
My future for the Senior Center, what number is that? So, okay, for the future, I really don't have any idea. I would like to get a new deck for the back. That would be my biggest project that we're working on now, and we're almost there. We just got a little bit more we have to raise, but we've done this Senior Center over, and it's very homey, it's very warm, I think, and it may be one room, but you know what? I've been to a lot of senior centers that they got their brand new senior centers and stuff, and they're wonderful and they're beautiful. But this little one-room senior center is very warm. It's very cozy. We have a lot of support. People like to come, and maybe because it's so one room.
Absolutely.
And we have to be together and get along, and it works out pretty good. So maybe we're just as happy to have our little one room. Would be nice if I could have an office. I would love to have a little office for a little bit of privacy, but it works out okay. So for me, at my age, and when someone new comes, maybe something different will happen. But we're okay right now.
All right.
We're okay.
Beautiful. So as they say, and as you alluded to, teamwork makes the dream work.
Yes.
What kind of collaborations do you have with organizations in Hubbardston, in the county, in neighboring communities?
I have always, ever since I was first took this job, I always reached out to other directors to help me learn, to help me know what to do, what's the best thing to do. So I have always reached out to them. I love the idea of having the community come together. I always wanted to work with the community, the fire department, the police department. I think we should work together instead of separately. We need to be together because we are a community, and I think it helps the town. I love that. And the Lions Club, awesome. They've been wonderful to us. They've helped us out in many ways. The police has helped us out. We work together. So it's coming together. After all these years, I can see the town coming together as a community and not apart, separate.
That's good. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So going in a different direction, how does the Senior Center support caregivers of the elderly, residents in town that maybe need a little more help than others?
Okay, so the Senior Center, in a couple of ways, they have the Mart van that will take them to their appointments or grocery shopping or something like that. We have the Shine program, which they can come and talk about their insurance policies or whatever they need to talk about there. There's a very fine line. If they need more than that, as far as medical help and as far as having someone come into their home, I personally don't like to recommend anyone to go into anyone's home because that's a fine line there. I usually recommend people to speak to their doctors. If their daughter or the family member, talk to the doctors and they will tell them and get them a home health care person or respite or whatever they need. They should go through their doctor. But I do have this wonderful book. I just want to show you this, my book. I have lived by this book since I started here. Before it was big. Now they've made it smaller. But this book has everything and anything you want to know about getting any kind of help financially, living options, living at home, Alzheimer's benefits. This has everything, health insurance. It has everything, phone numbers, anything, anybody. And I have a whole bunch of them here, and I give them out to anybody who needs them. So if anybody ever wanted to do this for their loved one or themselves or whatever, I have the book, and it's very good.
Love it. Perfect. So 15 years, we're coming to the end of 2023. What has been your proudest accomplishment or most rewarding experience since becoming the director of the Senior Center?
I guess I must say that I'm proud of how much the Senior Center has grown over the years. I hope that I've taken a big part in helping it grow. And the people, I've enjoyed meeting all the people that come here. They have life stories that are amazing if you take the time to listen to them. The stories of their life is an amazing thing. I'm proud and happy to listen to that, and I guess that's my proudest thing.
All right, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful thing. Anything else you want to tell the people to watch out for?
Well, I'd just like to thank them for all their support and their understanding. As we grow old and we lose our spouses or we're by ourselves, that loneliness is very sad. And I want people to understand that the Senior Center isn't only for people who are disabled and stuff like that. They're still very young and very active, and they love to be a part of the Senior Center. So that's all I can say. I'm happy to have their support, and I'm happy. And I think the townspeople have been wonderful, by the way.
Absolutely.
They supported the fair, and they were here, the young and the old and the kids. I think that's a wonderful thing.
Beautiful. All right, Claudia, thank you so much. And if people watching at home want to learn more about what goes on here, you can find information on the website. The Senior Center puts out a newsletter. They have a Facebook page. You can call in. The number is both listed in phone books and on the website. You can stop on by at 7 Main Street. We're all together here in Hubbardston town offices. So, Claudia, thank you very much. I wish everyone at home a happy holidays, and I will see you in 2024.
Thank you, Nate.